You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Hey guys, I am not Jason Eichler. What? That's right, he is out today. He sends his love. I am Chloe West.
I'm Christian Rosenberg.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi.
And we are here covering The Voice, and it is the playoffs continue with Team Blake, Team Shakira, and Team Adam, and we are gonna get right to it. But first, the playoffs are a new thing, so I wanna go over how they work for everybody.
Break it down.
So we have the coaches. One coach will show their whole team.
Which we like.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, doing it all at once. It really helps, I think, the audience to get in their minds, okay, who is Team Adam?
Yes.
Who is Team Blake? We really see what their teams are looking like now, which is really cool. And we watched everyone perform. They did not hold one performance back, which was really great. We finally got to see people who we haven't seen perform in a long time.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's very nice. So...
And then one other thing is the fact that the last couple seasons, when they narrowed down their final 3, America voted 2 of them, and then the coach saved the 3rd between the last 3. Now the coach is picking all 3 of theirs, which is awesome.
It's definitely different, and it's really interesting. What's cool, too, so after the team performs, the coach chooses 3. 3 out of 5.
Yep.
So we're really narrowing it down to the top 12. And... well, okay, the only thing that was weird was that once they got the top 2, then the bottom 3 on the team got to talk to the coach, which was super weird. And I think a little
Due to
uncomfortable.
its awkwardness, right.
Yeah, I like, once they know that they've been voted off, you know, they can say their goodbyes, and I think it's genuine and sweet. But when you don't know if you're going to be off the show or on the show, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
And it's a little weird, I think, for the coach to listen and just kind of smile and nod and take it in and sort of say thank you. And they already know who they're going to pick. I think that part was a little bit weird. What also is cool about the playoffs is that each artist is choosing their own song.
Yes.
Which is sort of like what we used to see in the knockout? No. What was that called?
The knockout rounds was when 2 singers both sang a song where, like, the one was, like, sitting in the corner on the stage.
Yeah, so in the knockouts, and they chose their own songs then, too, right?
I believe so.
That was the first time we saw it. So I was glad that each artist got to choose their song. We really are seeing who they are, what kind of artist they want to be.
At the best of their ability.
Yeah. So let's get into Team Blake. We started off with Audra McLaughlin, who sang Broken Wing by Martina McBride, and she was saying she wants to be a country singer like Martina McBride. Now, this is what I love about The Voice, you guys. I started off this season not digging Audra. And let me tell you, I'm a huge Audra fan now. I'm a huge Audra fan.
Welcome.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you. What's cool about The Voice is the artists grow.
Thank you.
The artists grow, and she chose a song. And to be honest, I don't even think this was a great song choice for her. But I think she's so good. Yeah. She sang through it.
Right.
You know? It was pretty incredible. What do you guys think?
The good thing about Audra is that it's her voice, regardless of her song choice from the beginning, which I understand why you and Jason were a little bit standoffish, but it's almost as if her potential was always present, and that's what I recognized from the beginning. Plus, I like her sound, specifically her sound. Like, there's some people in this competition where I'm like, they undeniably sound great, which I'll get to later on that specific person, but sometimes you don't care for it, or you could pass it, but this one's like, no, I can continue to listen to it.
And also the fact that there's some singers, when they get to this stage of the competition, where they'll either try to do the play it safe route, or they're gonna go to try to make things jump out of ordinary and take super risks. She went more towards the safer side, I felt. Even though it's a strong song and definitely displayed her tone and her power, but it wasn't anything that that was incredibly different from, say, like the blind auditions and things like that. And for that, I think in this case it worked to her advantage because the judges love her. And she's like, I'm just going to stick with the things that they love.
Yeah.
And and she knocked it out of the park.
Absolutely.
This song, actually, Martina McBride is a very, very incredible vocalist. And her songs are hard to sing. And I think you mentioned it, Audra's tone is beautiful. She really has a mature tone to her voice. And I'm such a big Audra fan now. I can't even tell you.
Look at you.
I really think she's going to be top 3, for sure.
What's funny is that Martina McBride was just in Los Angeles too. Marissa, one of our engineers, she is a huge fan and has been counting down the days. So I'm wondering if she possibly went to the show or if they let her, or maybe that's why she chose it because it was one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm in the mood. I want to sing some Martina.
No, I think with her voice, I think she grew up singing Martina.
Every day, all day.
Yeah, because Martina was big when we were growing up, and I think Audra kind of grew up singing it. And the style of country music, you know, she's going to be a big ballad female singer. A lot like Carrie Underwood. I don't think she's going to be as rash and as harsh and have that like sass and attitude. She's really just going to be a beautiful country singer, and I'm excited. I want to see her sing more country. I'm really excited.
I'm just overexcited that
that
not only have
I'm on
you
her
jumped,
team
not
now.
only have you jumped to the team, but now you're saying like she's going as far as I've been saying for weeks, and like she's growing. The bandwagon is growing. There's more room for listeners who still don't believe her.
There's
still room on her bandwagon.
We welcome everybody.
Well, that's what's cool about The Voice, you know, is when they choose different songs and you see them do something else, it opens your eyes to this artist. I just liked how Usher was chilling. He wasn't thinking about coaching. He was just enjoying sitting back in that seat, really listening to her, which was cool. And Adam made a good comment. He talked about the forward motion of Audra, which I think is a big deal on The Voice. And we've talked about it before, where you can't peak too early. And Audra is a great example of forward motion. We see where the potential she has, and we don't even think she's reached it yet.
Oh, no, nowhere near it.
Yeah, so now we're going to move on to Ryan White Maloney, who sang Second Chance by Shinedown. And this was the Garbage Man, who is a struggling musician, and he's also a dad. What did you think of the song?
You know, as I was just saying a minute ago, how I felt that Audra took the safe approach. Ryan knew, and who knows, might have been listening with us last week, how we were just like, we didn't want Ryan or whoever he faced to advance. He knew he had to go balls to the wall and find something to really stand out. And I respect him for it. And I thought this was his best performance. I knew he wasn't going to be chosen with the other people on this team.
Right. The teams are so strong.
But, and what Adam, I don't remember if it was Adam or Blake that said it, but they were right on. It's like the high power notes were awesome. And then like the easier stuff was not as good. It was weird.
Yeah, it's interesting when they give comments like that because you still have to use your breath. You still have to support your sound, even when you're being soft. I think a lot of people get the note too when they're being soft. They're like, you still need breath support.
Right, exactly. Or they forget that they have to, you're singing the entire time. Don't quit like in the middle of it or put more of your efforts in the other part of the song. With Ryan, I like how he sounds, but I don't think I've ever been a huge fan of his. Maybe it's because they didn't show him enough. That's the only thing about right now that's been
They skipped one of his rounds. I think the first blind, or the first, not blind, the first battle.
Yeah, I think too, he just chooses the little dated songs. This one, for example. It's a great song. It's tough to sing, and he did a good job.
Do you think this was his best of the three that we saw?
Yes, I do totally think it was his best. But like you said, your best compared to everybody else's best.
You had to follow Audra. We're like, no, sorry.
Yeah, and I just think this song choice, it's really tough. If you're gonna, I think we talked about it when we were watching a little bit today. A lot of people on tonight's episode chose older songs, which is not bad. I think it's kind of boring to watch after a while after we see so many throwbacks. And if you just don't blow us out of the ballpark doing a throwback, then if you do one, we're bored.
Right, especially since throwbacks, since they've always been around, it's always been in every competition. We've heard it sung by someone else.
Yes.
So keep that in mind when you're going to choose to do a song like that.
Yeah, you really got to hit it out of the park 100%, and know that you're bringing something different to it. or else it's for everybody watching. We're kind of like been there, done that, seen it, heard it.
Wonderful. Next.
And okay, so Adam, after they were talking, did you guys hear when they said that they're gonna have a divorce, not a divorce, but a brovorce?
A brovorce.
That was amazing. I'm sad, but I kind of like watching them fight. It's like,
what's entertainment?
You know, it's so entertaining.
I do wrestling. I love it when they fight.
Yes, another good one. All right, so next we had Madeline Page, who sang Clarity by Zed. And Madeline is a junior in high school. You know, she was formerly on Team Usher. I just think she was weak. I really like her. I think this song was way too hard. Now, what's tough about modern songs right now, you know, a lot of people are choosing throwbacks because I think a lot of the modern songs are so digitally enhanced that when we hear it on the radio, we're hearing a digitally enhanced version.
And already produced, finished, and done with.
Yeah, and so hearing, you know, someone just sing it with the band behind them, it's gonna sound different, and so you really have to change it. And she just sort of sang the original song with her voice, which she's young and she isn't very well trained. It just wasn't great.
Yeah, the blind audition, she sang Titanium, and I did not like it for the same exact reasons that I did not like this one, because the style of song does not work in performances like this for the most part. And it showed too many weak points of her performances. Her battles, when she didn't choose the song, in those Titanium and Clarity, they got a lot of similarities.
Of course.
Yeah.
Especially with her age and where she's at right now.
The two battle songs that she did, we were all like, I made like the cute one with the guy that we thought like, oh, the two of them should date.
Yeah.
Tanner.
Tanner, thank you. Yeah, so all of a sudden this came on. By the time she got to the chorus, I was just like, bye, Madeline.
It didn't help for me that I don't like Clarity. I don't like this song for some reason. It just kind of bugs me. So I was like already not into it. So, and it's a bummer that she chose it because not only is it played out, and that's probably why I'm over that song, but like you said, and it really is so digitally enhanced.
Yeah, well, and she's tense, and when you can't sing tense, you gotta let it go. But how cool would it be to see someone like Sassandra, who has the pipes,
who would have been able to kind of kill it,
a song like this?
That would be interesting to see.
I want to see her do it.
That'd be a fun experiment.
Yeah, I want to see her step out of her age range. Madeline, I'm actually glad she was choosing songs that were modern, and I think that's brave and smart. But you know, she just. Poor thing. She just needs more training, and I think she'll go far. She definitely has talent.
Right.
You know, she's not lacking in that. And now we have almost everybody's favorite, Mr. Jake Worthington, who sang Anywhere With You by Jake Owen. And such a brilliant song choice for him.
Great song choice. And the kid is dedicating the song to his girlfriend.
I know. He's so cute.
I'm sorry, Steffi. I'm sorry that he has a girlfriend.
It's all right. I'll be all right.
He was so cute when he was like, she makes me feel like a skinny guy. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
He's breaking your heart.
Now, that's love right there. Yeah. That's love. I think what helps Jake also is that we've seen him the most, and I've already gotten to the point where I feel like I've grown with him, so he has me on his team. Exactly what Blake said. It's like loyalty. Like, I already fell for you from the beginning. Like, I'm just going to have to stick by your side now. And that's the disadvantage that some of these other contestants have. But, like, I definitely can. I know it's his talent. I'm somewhat biased, but I love him.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
This kid has everything. He has a talent. His stage presence is improving.
Yeah.
And he's like, I wish I had like a friend like him in high school.
To kind of show you how it goes?
Well, no, but just like someone that I knew when I was like stressed out and dealing with stuff. Just a super nice guy that wants to help everyone.
Oh yeah, he has charisma coming out of every pore in his body. Usher asks him at the end, how do you think you did? And he's like,
that was the best.
Oh, it was amazing. He, you know, gave himself some notes. He's like, I was pitchy in some parts and did okay, but overall, I think I did pretty good.
Yeah, he was breaking it down, and Usher's like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be confident. As long as you feel good with it, then it's gonna be good, because you're at that point.
And he's like, yeah, okay, I felt good. I think he's just so cute. He knows what to say. Him and Adam now have this shake and bake thing going on. It's just, I mean,
he's real. That's
he's
what
the
helps
total
him. He's
package.
so real.
Yeah.
We found a male Danielle Bradbury. where everyone.
No. I don't even think they're comparable.
I'm talking about as far as how people find them adorable. Everyone found Danielle adorable. I'm not talking about the actual singing.
Don't even compare. Jake is his own thing, I think.
Wow, okay.
I don't even think you can compare. Yeah, I think they're
I mean,
totally
you can,
different.
you did, but she doesn't agree.
No, it's totally apples and oranges.
We were doing really well up till that point.
That's so funny.
You and I were on the
say
same
that.
page for everything up till then.
All right, well, let's move on. We have Cassandra Lewis, who is wrapping up Team Blake's performances. She sang New York State of Mind by Billy Joel.
Dear God.
And I
Right.
mean, like, she's an alien.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Just-
She was. I think she was in Men in Black 2, and I'm just kidding. Sorry, but no, she's awesome.
As crazy as this sounds, as far as Billy Joel goes, with all the millions of record sales, the Bravo Musical, the Grammys, I still almost feel like Billy Joel is an underrated artist.
Oh my
and his
God,
stuff
he is the ish.
isn't shared
I
enough and
love Billy
performed
Joel.
enough by people.
Huh.
And for her bringing this song, I don't remember this song being on The Voice. I mean, other Billy Joel songs have been on The Voice. Off the top of my head, I don't remember this one. But it's just like, this was the Cassandra arrangement.
Right, this was a
the
badass
great
choice
Billy
for Cassandra.
Joel's
Absolutely.
New York State of Mind.
Yeah.
I like this style of
And
music
was
for her.
incredible. Just, I mean, what else can you say besides incredible?
Right, and I love the jazzy soul feeling for her. She wears it well.
Yes, ma'am.
But I do really, really want to see her sing something like a little more current, you know, like let's do 2000 and on. Within the last 14 years, Cassandra, I want to see you sing something from there.
But remember last season with Tasan? She started doing the
Yep,
older stuff, and
that's
we
true.
were all just like, she's really talented, but we're kind of on the fence because she hasn't sung some that we really gravitated towards. I think Cassandra is above where Tasan was at this point. At this point
Absolutely.
last season.
Absolutely.
So we're all in love with her at this point. Now she does go the current route within the last 10 or so
the
years.
thing is,
Then it's
Tasan
gonna be
is
nuts.
young, so I think Tasan was always
She was
going to
younger,
lean
yes.
there. Whereas Cassandra, I feel like, is just picking songs that she knows she sings really good, and she's been working for years. So I just don't know how musically inclined she is for what is happening now.
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, what else is there to say about Cassandra besides amazing, elegant, fabulous, incredible, unlike any other singer in the whole world right now? Like, not even on The Voice, not even on competition shows, in the world. She is incredible. It's awesome that she is on TV and we get to watch her sing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a girl like this in a competition.
It's great. Poor everyone else. I mean, it honestly doesn't even matter.
I think this is why she went last.
If she got kicked off, to be honest, if she got kicked off and didn't make it to lives, she would still
She's
be
fine.
a
She'll
multi-platinum
be fine.
selling artist because she's incredible.
She'll be fine.
So Blake had to narrow down his team from 5 to 3, and he first picked Cassandra Lewis, obviously, and then Audra McLaughlin.
Obviously.
I don't know. His whole team was pretty great, but yes, I was very happy he did pick Audra. And Jake, who I put duh. And duh. The fact that he left Jake to the end, I think I was like, duh.
Yeah.
If he would have left Audra to the end, I would have been a little bit more nervous.
Oh, really?
But nah.
Yeah, you
Nah.
you knew Jake wasn't gonna go anywhere.
No. He loves Jake.
yeah,
Jake's his mini me. His like funnier, cuter mini version of Blake. I love it. Okay, let's move on to Team Shakira.
Let's
So
do
now
it.
we're on tonight's show. And Team Shakira started off with Kristen Merlin, who did Two Black Cadillacs by Carrie Underwood.
You remember the girl that we haven't seen since like episode 2?
But you know what's funny about Kristen is I wouldn't have forgotten her because her blind was so strong.
absolutely.
And she has
Agreed.
such an image and such a presence that I think she's actually going to be fine. She's going to be one of the only people I think who we haven't seen in a while who will be okay because she's so strong. She's a female country singer not on Blake's team.
Yeah.
And she has super country swag.
Yeah,
I
and
really
she's
dig her
just
look. I really
different.
She's
dig her look.
marketable. She's
Yes.
definitely
Oh,
marketable.
absolutely. And tonight she did fantastic. Her runs were awesome. And I can't get over how good and comfortable and natural her stage presence is when she's singing.
Yes.
Like usually people are doing too much, but she doesn't do too much. She does just enough and she transitions well and she elevates how you like where you want to see her on the stage from the middle to stage left, stage right, and it's perfect. I love how she does it.
And-
She had a fantastic performance.
Yeah, and this performance felt like she didn't. It felt like she didn't break a sweat.
Right.
Like she didn't look like she broke a sweat.
Again,
and
natural.
this is not an easy song.
Right.
And she nailed it. All of a sudden, yeah, Shakira's team. Because I was trying to think heading into tonight, honestly, because I didn't have like the names of the people in front of me. So I'm telling him like who are the 5 on Shakira's team right now? And she's the first one. Like, oh yeah, good. We're finally gonna get to see her because we saw her in the blind. And I remember I liked her blind audition. And then it was like, oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's just strong. And Carrie Underwood's hard to sing. And she brought it. You know, she like let it go. And it was awesome. I can't wait to see what else she's going to sing on the show. I'm really excited about her. Then we had Little Miss Deja, sweet little baby Deja.
Yes.
Who sang Battlefield by Jordan Sparks, which when we were watching, Steffi goes, oh, I knew she was going to sing that. I knew it was going to be that song.
I knew out of the millions and millions and millions of songs in the world, oh, she was going to sing Battlefield.
But honestly,
no, it was
I
when
can
she
see
said
why.
Jordan Sparks, I knew that it was going to be Battlefield because Deja, the first thing she said was that she wanted to sing something more like aggressive. And she said Jordan Sparks. I'm like, what the? Oh, Battlefield. Because that's the only song that Jordan Sparks has where she's Battlefield. And that's what she's talking about. However, I think that Deja did wonderful in this song. She sounded like a grown woman, but her aggression wasn't there. Especially in the parts that should have been there. I understand that they said that they heard it, but I think that it could have been a little bit stronger, and I just don't think that she knows how to channel it well. And she's still younger, and she just probably doesn't. She's focused on hearing herself and making sure that she's singing well, which she does well. But like I said, she can't channel it. She could have been a little more aggressive. Because when you hear Jordan Sparks singing the song, and when she says Battlefield, it's stronger, and she did it safe. She was very safe in this song.
And I think it's probably because she needs to grow.
Exactly.
And those are the little things that take you from top 5 to top 3.
Absolutely.
I thought she did a phenomenal job with this.
I didn't say she did it bad. I'm saying
I thought the aggression. Yeah, I mean, she's not Jordan Sparks. Agreed.
Right there, look at. No, that's not. Have you heard the original?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so mono-emotional.
It's mono-emotional.
Yeah.
Thank you. That like she does every other part of the song. You hear it except for Battlefield because it was as if she was afraid. She didn't know if she should do the or loud pitch or she's like I don't know. I don't think she knew what to do for it, so she played it safe.
I felt like this was by far her best storytelling.
Absolutely.
Of the whole competition and the most.
I mean, it was her best performance, but
I thought she was very strong throughout it. I mean, notes like these, we weren't hearing from her try to do the blind audition. I thought she made an excellent choice for herself.
Yeah.
And I'm almost honestly, I mean, we're going to get to it, but I was surprised by the result.
I wasn't surprised, but I
Neither
know
was
the reason. I think it's just because I think it's what we're saying. When you got to narrow it down from 5 to 3, and everybody at that point is good,
Yeah.
you really have to bring those little extra storytelling elements. And Deja was great. I want to talk about her hair, her look, her stage presence. I mean, it was like a different person.
Yes, it was.
her shoulders were finally
Yeah.
down. She was moving a little bit more, and she sang freely and not so stiff, so that helped her. But
I just think compared to the rest of them, you know, they might have had the sprinkles and the cherry on top, and she just had an amazing ice cream.
Yes, ma'am.
Is sort of what was happening because there was nothing, you know, she didn't do anything that you would say that was wrong or that wasn't, you know, you really messed up there. It was just like the little extra things that other people are adding and they're putting in. If you're not bringing it to the table, this is such a hard show.
Right, it is
Everybody's
what it
so
is.
talented. You got to do it.
which is good, and this is what we want to see. Like, let's actually make it a competition, which I praise her for because she did make it a competition. But
True.
it was, like you said, it was just really good ice cream, and it just needed some of the toppings.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're going to get to Tess Boyer, who sang Only Human by Christina Perry.
And congratulations to her for really showing everybody up. Like,
Yeah.
Tess, I know, Tess is like the capital U underdog of
She's
this
had
show.
3 coaches.
Poor
That's never
thing.
happened.
No, first time, hashtag voice fact. First time anyone has ever had 3 coaches. And you know what? She's like Audra in my book right now too. I was won over by her in this song, in this performance. she is really bringing it, and I love it. She, I feel like, has the most working against her, having jumped through coaches, because when you think about it, when we've had guests on the show, they tell us they only get 25 or 45 minutes with each coach when they're practicing, and it is in and out. And if your coach doesn't really know you, you know, if you've been jumping and jumping and jumping,
it's difficult,
you're sort of coaching yourself a little bit.
Absolutely.
So she's had a lot to work with.
And at least she's taking it, although I thought in the beginning of this song, her alto was incredible. And I was so happy to hear someone sing that, because even Adam said to sing that low register.
The female low register is very rare on a show like this.
And she killed it. She did it deep. And I'm like, thank you, because I've wanted to hear something like that, not something common, but she killed it. Especially because now she, in all of her songs, like the best thing that an artist can do also, especially in this competition, is to show us that you can sing every different part. And she's saying such different songs. So this has helped her, absolutely. And Christina Perri kills it in this song, so I think she did it justice.
Yeah, and as the note that completely won everyone over, is this the one right here? Yeah, this is it.
Right here, yeah. And she did it at the right moment.
For like 40 seconds.
She chose it. She chose the right part to do it.
I'm checking my. She finally stopped.
Right.
Yeah, she was great, and I think she really performed it too. I just enjoyed watching her performance.
Yeah.
And you know, she was a cheerleader. She did pageants.
The performing background
she has
helps
this
here.
very sexiness to her.
She
I
does.
like it. It helps.
Well, since last week my mistress was eliminated, so Tess has.
The wife, good. Mistresses should be eliminated. Wifey's first. Hello.
Well, Melissa's still my wife.
Yeah, Melissa's still on. Hey, girl. Hey, thanks for the retweet.
Hey.
Can you tell her husband says hi?
Oh yes, of course.
Thank you.
So let's move on. We have Patrick Thompson, who sang "Trouble" by Ray LaMontagne, and you know what? Patrick did a really good job, but I think Ray LaMontagne is a little overdone on The Voice right now.
Yep.
And especially for the style singer that Patrick is.
Agreed.
And I think that's why he didn't
ended
make
well.
it through.
I think he ended
Oh,
well.
he did great.
Yeah.
This was, again.
I thought this was his best performance.
I was just going to say,
Absolutely.
this was definitely his best. It's just Ray LaMontagne.
It was done like 6 times last season, I feel like. I know I'm exaggerating, but
Well, it's also
And this isn't the
almost
first time this
easier
season
to
either.
do.
Right, and for his style of singer, you know, this, what we like to call gargling glass, raspy, soulful, male, bigger guy singer, who we had a lot of last season.
Austin Jenks was just
We had
like him last year.
Well, we had multiple, you know, we had a few of them, and like, he just, I think, you know, poor guy, if he would have sang something else, if he would have sang, this man can sing. He can sing anything.
doubt.
I would have loved to see him sing a Lady Gaga song. If he sang Edge of Glory, wouldn't that have been killer? If he sang Edge of Glory, he would have been saved. I bet you
I
anything.
don't think.
I
No,
thought Jason
I don't
wasn't
think,
here this week. That sounds like something he would say.
No, but think about it. Think
I think
about
that
it,
he
you
was
guys.
ready to leave the competition. I don't think that I was happy that they didn't advance him, and I think that I'm happy he chose this song so that at least our lasting memory of him was a very good performance rather than his other performances. But it was, I don't know, he was a little bit out of his element, and it was just a
Out
good
of his element.
Not
He's
out of his
right in
element.
his element.
I mean, right in his element.
Yeah, this is the
but I
heart of
mean,
his
as far
element.
as the competition, like he was good to go now.
See, I don't think so. I think he's good enough to be in the competition. I just think this style of singer and the songs he keeps
Was
choosing
played
to
out.
sing is played out.
I also think it's also the coach that he was with. Because I think if he was with, say, Blake, he might have had a chance.
Interesting.
But then again, when you look at the 3 people that Blake have had, maybe not. If you switched one of them to Shakira's team and he was on there, I think he would have let's just say, for example, you switched, let's just throw Audra, because she's the one that was fresh in our minds. Switch the teams. Say Audra was with Shakira and Patrick was with Blake. I think Blake would have added Patrick to his final 3
Oh, interesting.
over Madeline and Ryan.
Yeah, I think so too, probably. And then next we had Danny Moss, who did sing Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga. And oh my Lord, Danny. Danny is a front runner in my mind now. Oh my God, she's top 3. She's up there. She sat at that piano and she sang that song. And oh my God, the emotion she brought to it. She was so real. Her artistry, she's amazing. I'm so happy she's on the show. I'm so happy she brought it down for the playoffs, because I feel like everybody was bringing it up. And because she brought it down and really sort of like sat in each note and let us have it, and she waited till each note to sing when she was ready. Girlfriend, she's gonna win, I think.
This is the person that I was talking about in the beginning of the show when I said that she obviously has an undeniably good voice, but there's something about her sound that's missing for me personally. I was happy that she connected with it because she did that lovely. I just felt like I didn't connect with her, which is what I like to have with me and an artist when I like someone. And like I said, her voice is fantastic, but I don't know if it's because it's just a voice that sounds great. Maybe a voice that I've heard before, which I could say about someone else in this competition later. But I'm happy she advanced. I think she deserved to advance. I think she's great. But there's just something about her, for me, that's a little bit missing. I couldn't exactly tell you, but that's just how I feel.
I agree on the fact that I don't feel connected with her because every time I've seen her on TV, I was just like, oh, I forgot about her. And now, with this type of performance, you're going to remember because she did a great job.
Incredible job.
I mentioned this, I think, in her last battle, that I feel that there are times where she's trying to do too much. And the piano factor on this was huge for her, and I thought, I felt the tipping point. Now, all of a sudden, it was still brought down, but up until the chorus, even in the quieter parts, like you were saying, it was still softer. I felt like she was still doing too much in that softer part. I felt like it could have been even less.
I totally
Once you broke
disagree.
into the chorus, then
like that?
Well, this time in the performance, you go like this, and she nailed this.
And she needed to do that there.
And the end was so beautiful, and I just like every build she built was incredible. I mean, incredible. Like, I can't. She's so talented in such a different way than any other person on the show.
She definitely has the talent to be there. She definitely has the talent to go far in this.
I disagree because with that in that same sentence, I would say that she's in the bottom out of the people who have that different talent.
But I'm just saying though, based on the talents today though, from the performances that we saw tonight, and from what we've seen from the blind auditions to this point, I would have advanced Deja over Danny.
Really?
Because I feel there was more to come out of Deja.
No.
And I don't feel like we're going to get as much out of Danny.
No,
you were thinking that with Patrick.
I think Deja...
You were saying in there that you thought Patrick should advance.
No,
I did think Patrick could.
Yeah.
I think Deja is like a little bit of a tighter rubber band, and we've seen as far as she could stretch, and Danny can do anything.
Danny's the only performance tonight that I got chills from
yeah, totally. I mean, she's just so
I got chills
strong.
from performances that weren't my favorite, so.
Well,
oh snap!
How do you explain it? Then you must have been cold.
I must have been cold. Exactly. That's what I mean.
Okay. So don't.
We know
listen
the
to
air
her.
conditioning in there is nuts. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Anyways, so Shakira ended up choosing Tess, which I was a bit surprised about.
I was surprised she announced Tess first.
Yeah, I just think that Tess is a bold move to choose because she's only really worked with her a little bit.
Yeah.
But cool, good on you, Tess. That's great. Kristen, that's awesome. I can't wait to see what she does. And then Miss Danny Moss. All girl team for Shakira. Hey. I love it. I love it.
Shakira's very girl power, so that's good for that team.
Oh, it's great. And I think Shakira knows what she does well, and it's a smart move for her because she knows how to coach these girls and the best things to tell them to really pull out of them their performance aspects and just really like how to be a woman on a stage. And I think that's great. And they're all very different girls.
They are very different.
Which is really cool.
They are. She has a very good variety.
Yeah.
I actually felt bad for Patrick at the end because
oh yes.
Because I mean he's the only guy of the group, and now they're down to the final three to choose from between Deja, Danny, and Patrick. And in Shakira's speech, as she's supposed to break it down, she then says in like the middle of it, like her sound or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, Patrick, you're out. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
And
Poor
you
guy.
notice the camera was never did a close up on him again from that point.
Because he was probably very sad. He probably had sad face on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into Team Adam. The first person on Team Adam tonight was Delvin Choice, who sang Let's Stay Together by Al Green. And this was one of the songs that I was talking about that is a throwback. And Al Green's a little overdone on competition shows.
This song is normally overdone, but Delvin did it differently.
He did it the way you're supposed to do it. You gotta bring it. You gotta make it different. And he made it smoky and smooth and sexy. And you're like, okay, Delvin, okay. What'd you guys think of his performance?
I thought it was pretty amazing, but I wouldn't say it was like absolutely spectacular where like my mind was blown.
I think that's a song choice in that point.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the only thing that I can say about it because I was saying, I'm like, yeah, but I've heard this before, but it's because I've heard this before.
Yeah, it's because you have.
Yeah.
And he does, I think, towards the end of the song, he does this vocal glissando where.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love that word.
Oh, yeah, you don't know? Don't know
Just say it again.
Glissando.
Ooh. Arr.
It's in most pieces of sheet music, it just says gliss. Where, it's like, say you're on the piano or like a xylophone or any instrument where you just, like you'll take your finger and just run it up or run it down the piano. That's a glissando. And that's one of the things that instrumentalists love to do, but it's very difficult to do. But when you do it, you just have so much fun doing it. And it's very rare to hear a vocalist do it. It's one thing to have them do it one way. It's another thing when I think it's right around here. Here. He goes down and up.
God dang, that's awesome.
The fact that he goes in both directions.
It was like.
It's just like, I mean, that's me like in my college days playing percussion. That's me on the xylophone going, and he just did it with his mouth.
That was awesome, and he didn't miss it. It was like do re mi fa sol la ti do, and back down.
Yeah, he's really talented. And I think his talent is still understated.
Yeah.
It is.
I think he hasn't really hit us with it because unless somebody like you points that out to us, it can easily fly by.
You're right.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be really cool to see what else he's going to do. And I really, really, really hope that Adam can, as a coach, see that, pull it out of him, and really bring it. Great, give us a good song choice. I mean, he was amazing. He also has a great personality.
He really does.
Yeah, and him with Blake and talking
humble.
about his hair. And yeah, he's totally cool. Like, he's just awesome. I love watching him on stage. I love watching him talk. I just can't wait to see what else he's going to do on the show.
I could just go through like an hour episode of just Delvin and Jake.
Yeah.
Just like performing and talking.
Totally.
Like, you guys are both great and you're both just cool to listen to.
Yeah, Delvin and Adam, Jake and Blake. Like, let's go to lunch, guys.
Let's go to lunch, guys. I'll be there.
All right, and then we had a different Jake Barker, who sang She Will Be Loved. Now, this is a Maroon 5 song, and this is, to Adam, a very, very special Maroon 5 song.
Yeah, and I remember it being special when it was out because he was verbal about it.
Yes, it's very close to him, and I tweeted this to everybody because I really wanted to know, and I want to hear your guys' opinion. Do you think the risk that he took singing this song paid off?
Absolutely not.
Ditto.
I agree.
And I thought it was a good song. I'm so sorry.
No, go for it.
Forgive me, sorry. I thought it was a good song choice. I was like, perfect song choice because of how I heard his voice. But in this performance, I was proven to me that, you are a bit of an amateur. You have not sang consistently in front of an audience or to the point where you're getting coaching. You have just sang to yourself or to your friends because I felt like even throughout the song, he was still trying to figure out where he was. You know how some people already have identified their voices, especially at that age? He hasn't yet. He doesn't know what he wants to sound like, and it wasn't consistent to me. The way he was, like, what he chose, his arrangement wasn't consistent.
We've had people in blind auditions sing a song of one of the coaches.
Yes.
We've seen
Stevie Joe do climb. Right.
We've seen people in the knockout rounds choose a song of one of the other coaches. We have never seen someone at this point choose a song of their own coach. That was, to me, a complete death wish. Because to me, you're not having America vote for you. You have to make this guy think that you did the song better than he did his own song.
Yeah.
That is a recipe for disaster.
Or at least to flatter him. Adam, I already knew he wasn't going to choose him because Adam was like, damn, man, you kind of, my song.
Right. And he did it in the same genre. He did it in the same taste. You know, if he was like a hardcore rocker, maybe they said he like tried to change it a little bit R&B by adding all these runs, but I think those runs hurt him.
They did. Yeah.
I really agree with you, Stephanie. I think he's just not seasoned. And when it came to performing, he was out of breath. Everything was constantly not supported. And Adam's a good singer. This is a hard song. Even though Adam, you know, is very laid back and like cool about a lot of things, I think he really puts time into writing and making these songs really good and performing. And
this was a song of our generation, what we were introduced to as far as Maroon 5 goes. I mean, we've heard the other songs, but this is when we were like, we know who Adam Levine is and we know who Maroon 5 is now.
yeah. And I think it sounded like a good choice in the sense that we knew that Jake had a great falsetto and this has a good falsetto. I just think it wasn't.
It turned out not to be.
To me, this was the worst performance of the entire playoffs so far.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. And we love him. I love him. I freaking love Jake, but
yeah. All right, so let's get into Kat Perkins, who sang Open Arms by Journey. And oh my goodness, this is a hard song.
OMG.
Any Journey song is really tough to sing. This is a big old
for a woman
ballad.
to sing it,
a big
hell
old
yeah.
ballad. And she killed it. Amazing. Not one note was off. She
It was
literally,
flawless.
it was completely flawless.
It was incredible.
she wasn't lying when she said that this was her father and her song. And
Yeah, it was
I
so
loved it.
cute.
And you know what's funny? Before she started singing it, I was literally saying in my head, I'm like, I don't really like her though. Like she's like kind of played out. They over exaggerate her talent. And then she sang and I was like, normally I kind of don't like her. I loved this one. And she did make it her song. She absolutely made her song. And I was like, damn, Kat, you just like slapped me in the face with it.
Yeah.
This was my favorite performance of tonight.
Ay, qué belleza.
Of Monday's
She sounded
nights.
beautiful.
It just unfreaking believable.
Yeah. I almost said, ugh, this song. And then I was like,
right? Because it's
oh,
Journey.
This song.
Exactly.
This song, Kat.
You forgot 2 words in that sentence. Oh, this is her song.
Seriously.
Right.
I mean, she sang it just as good as Steve Perry. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Word.
And she was just so, flawless. I can't even say anything.
Yeah, what else can we say
So
about
then
it?
we go to Morgan Wallen, who sang Stay by Florida Georgia Line. Cute little Morgan, poor little guy. He looks like Florida Georgia Line. I love it. I'm so glad he picked a country song. I had been wanting to hear him do a country song. And sadly, his tone, his pitch, his choices, everything was just not there. You know, it was nice of Adam to pick him up and save him, but he just needs more training, and he will be so great. I think he was good in the verses. When he got to the chorus and really pushed, his voice is just not strong enough.
He also just sounds very familiar.
I was
Oh, interesting.
I was expecting a lot more out of him than this. Last week, or whenever he was saved, I was happy that he got saved because because I was saying I'm like, I think there's something there. And then he was going for this country thing, and I was sitting there thinking like, I don't know if country's a good idea for him. I personally, I'm like, I don't know if
You wanted to hear like Pearl Jam kind of stuff?
I want exactly what Blake was saying, only I know Eddie better.
Oh my God, can you guys believe that?
Blake didn't know who the lead singer. He thought the lead singer of Pearl Jam's name was Jeremy. That's right, Steven. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. That is a song by Pearl Jam.
That is one of arguably Pearl Jam's biggest hit, or one of their biggest hits.
Probably, yeah. It's up there.
Yeah, but so he comes out with this country, and I'm just listening, and I'm just like, no, this is not what you needed to do at this time. You're going home.
Yeah. And then, so
I
let's...
don't know how to even say it.
Yeah.
I love it.
We got a snort.
We got a snort. Okay, we also have Christina Grimmie, who sang I Won't Give Up by Jason Mraz. And I did not know Jason Mraz's song could sound like this.
Yeah, this was not Jason Mraz's song anymore.
I didn't even know.
No.
Exactly. I was like, wait,
No.
who sings this?
Who cares?
OMG.
Christina Grimmie sings it. I mean, the girl has a YouTube following for a reason. That song, her falsetto was amazing. Girlfriend can work the
Falsetto killed
stage. And this is something really different that I think is very specific to Christina. She is a very great singer. She's strong. Her voice sounds mature, but it also still sounds her age.
Yes.
Which is different. For you to have a mature sound, a full tone, but to still sound your age. And I love that about her.
It's true.
Yeah, it's really different. And you were saying something about the video,
really
right?
Like her YouTube page, because how she has like the millions and millions of subscribers, and that the YouTube following, which we've been talking about since day one of the show, that she
gonna
has.
help her, yeah.
She did this song on her YouTube page.
Wow.
Now, At the time that I loaded up, like when I noticed it.
Just to tell us about it, mind you.
Yeah. She was at 11,696,000 and change YouTube views on that song. It's been about an hour since it's performed, and she has since had 11,000 more views.
Wow, incredible.
On her not the Voice page, but her personal YouTube page for this song.
That's incredible. I mean, she's just so great. So, Team Adam is now Christina Grimmie, duh.
Duh.
Delvin Choice, duh. And Kat Perkins, duh. Amazing. These teams are incredible. It's very exciting.
And then tomorrow we get Ushers.
And tomorrow we get to see Usher's team, and then we will have our top 12. And also, tomorrow, Jason and I, there will be a special top 12 performance at the Universal City Walk here in Hollywood. And we will be there and we will get to interview the top 12.
Perfect.
So if you guys have any questions that you want us to ask them, please tweet Jason or I, and we will be there and we will get them, and then we will post it so you guys can see and get your answers.
And take advantage of it, because Jason is super good at making sure to ask those questions. I mean, Chloe as well.
I mean, thank you. Hello.
Sorry,
what am I, chopped liver?
No, honey, sorry.
Liver?
But yeah, just take advantage of it.
Yeah, and don't forget to go to iTunes, you guys. Rate us. And comment on our YouTube page. We always comment back. Where can they find you guys?
Oh, well, the Twitter, I wanted to make a quick prediction, too.
Oh.
But we'll do
yeah,
Twitter,
sorry.
too. Twitter, see Rosie VOC and all that fun stuff. But I'm looking in this camera right now. I don't care who Usher chooses as his final three. Our season finale of season 6 of The Voice will be an all-Blake season finale.
Whoa, balls.
Cassandra, Audra, and Jake are going to be the final three.
All right, we'll see.
They are incredible.
Where can they find you, Steffi?
They can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, Giorgi, or on Instagram at SteffiG47. Bye, y'all.
All right, and you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Chloe WestX. Be sure to tweet me your questions for the top 12 contestants. And Jason will be here next week, and we will see you guys then. Sayonara.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.